Okay, good morning. We are already down to Berkey. We've got the combine out, corn head hooked up, and changed the combine over from beans to corn. There is still a fair amount of frost on everything. We might wait a little bit before we get started. There is a little bit of snow yet on the stalks or the ears, but not a lot. We're gonna try it. We're gonna keep a real close eye on the combine and see how things are going here. But we're gonna shell a little bit of corn. So put another tank of fuel in the combine. Just gonna kill a little bit of time here for another hour or so, hoping the sun comes out. It's just kind of partly cloudy. It's close, but not quite. And if it would come out, it would melt the frost off. That may cause us some problems, so that would be helpful. Look, a new fuel rock. I think this tank will all fit, but I better keep a close eye on it because I really don't want to overflow it up here. It's a beautiful cold day. Bill is getting the bin ready. One bin anyway. We got to do that one yet too. Put the spouts on the end of or the extensions on the end of the spouts. Sun's out. It's still cold. I wish it would just warm up. Gotta get the grain cart out yet. Let's have a good day. Shell some corn. Guess what, guys? You're in for a treat today. We got stuck. Okay, so it's just the truck sitting in the yard, but still. Should just need a little tug with a pickup to get it moving. It's that Chevy power. All right, we got that truck pulled forward enough that it'll go now. So Ben and I are gonna head to the field. We're not gonna start right here. We're gonna go down the road. We got some earlier maturing corn. It might be a little bit drier, so we're going to start there. See, there's a little bit of snow in the corn head. I don't think that'll matter. That'll mostly go right down through the bottom of it. The frost, however, that was on the snouts has melted. That's good. That means it's melted off of the corn as well. And so hopefully there's just a little bit of snow and we don't have any trouble from it. But like I said, we're going to keep a pretty close eye on the sieves and the combine as we go here. Make sure that we're not losing stuff right out the back. Alright, well, we're shelling here. I'm not liking how much snow I'm seeing though, so we're going to do some end rows and then we're going to get out and look and see what things look like in the combine. The good news is that when I stopped there to unload just a second ago, everything melted off the head really quickly, so the sun being out and it being slightly warmer, like maybe in 34 degrees today, it should melt relatively quickly, and I don't know, maybe we're not running as much through the combine, but it certainly makes me nervous, so real close eye on stuff here. Alright, I did make a round.
It had to climb in there and move that camera. It was, it must have got moved from the tarp.
I think it bounces around when we're going down the road and stuff, because it was off when we were trying to use it the other day. I think it just sort of swivels.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, so I'm unloading here. The good news is there's corn in the tank, which means we're not throwing it all out the back. But there is enough snow that I'm going to get out and check and look at them sieves, just see what stuff looks like. What we got? Looks pretty good right now. If they stay like that, I'm happy, but we're going to keep checking them. Okay, since we're good for now, we're going to keep going here. At least get enough shelled off to fill both dryers. We have two top dry bins down here. One of them is the same, it's almost identical to the one we've got back up to Waldron that we dried our beans in. That one holds about 1,500 bushels. The other one is a little bit smaller. It holds about 1,000 bushels, so we need basically 3 truckloads to get those started and drying. And then we can evaluate again and see. I think if the sun stays out and it stays sort of warm, the snow's going to keep melting off and it's going to get better throughout the day, but we got to make sure we're keeping a, you know, like I said, keep a close eye on stuff because we can't afford to throw it out the back. So good news is this corn is standing really well. My plug of the day, this is a Golden Harvest 103-day number. It's a new one for us that I just have a few acres of it here to try it. 03R40 is the number. Looks fantastic. Yield at the moment, it's pretty good considering the planting conditions. I will take that every time. 23%, that's not too bad either. All right, well, I'm up to a little over 7 acres done, which isn't a lot, I know, but I got a few rounds opened up here. So we've got a truck full and another one here we're working on with the grain cart. I'm going to stop when we get up to the end here and check things again. It doesn't look terrible, but there is some snow on the corn head, and I just don't know how much it's going to take to make things not work. And it's not worth the risk, so yeah. We'll see what it looks like when we get up to the end here. I do have this yield loss monitor, the bars on the bottom, which have not changed. I expect that if the sieve plugged up and I was throwing a bunch out the back, that those bars would go up. The issue is they may get covered up with snow too and not work real good. So it is a nice thing to be able to watch, and if there was a problem and it's working, I would know instantly. The problem is I don't know how much I trust that it's working all the time either. So that's why we got to get out and look. There's a little bit more right there. But for the most part, they look pretty good yet. This is that sensor though, we gotta uncover that. That's no good. We'll keep going, keep watching it. Okay, well, it is definitely building up a little bit. It's not bad yet. However, we're not going to be able to run all day without checking it and cleaning it and doing something. So it's about 11 o'clock right now. What I would really like to do is get enough corn to start both of those dryers. So another truckload and a half here probably. And then maybe we'll take it back to the farm and throw a heater in there while we go eat lunch. That should help melt some of that stuff out of there and dry it up a little bit. Then maybe we can come back this afternoon and do some more. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Tentative plan. Plans don't last very long around here, though. We'll see. All right, we've got about 15 acres done now. I'm at another good stopping point, and we will have enough to fill the third truck when we get done unloading the grain cart this time around. So I'm going to stop here on the end and take a look and see how stuff looks again in that sieve. If there's much at all, I think we might run it back and put that heater in and go get lunch, because we're at a good spot where we're ahead. The dryers are running, so we're gonna have to wait on them anyway. We could keep shelling and get enough around for the next batches, but we'll have probably 3 hours here before a dryer is done at least, so we can take a little bit of time if we need to and just make sure that combine's in good shape, get some lunch. We don't have to push it super hard here. So one of the nice things on these S-Series combines is there's a switch right here that folds this chopper up right out of the way, which makes a big hole underneath. And we can climb up in here and take a look. So you can see this. This is what we're trying to avoid as much as possible. Yeah, it's just wet, sticky. There's a bunch built up in there. It's not horribly terrible. Definitely not plugged through yet, but it's enough that I want to go clean this out. So I'm gonna run it back to the farm. We're gonna put some heat to it. Maybe I'll see if I can get some water and wash it, and try and clean it up. Well, I'm sure we'll come and do some more here this afternoon. Okay, so we brought the combine back to the shop, or well, the barn, I guess, not really a shop. And this is kind of our setup. We threw that heater in there with that piece of steel to just kind of blow the heat up in there. It actually is working pretty well. Trying stuff out. Doesn't look too bad. I've been trying to pick some of this stuff off. I think we're going to go back to the field here in a little bit and try it again. So I've got a rider for the afternoon.
Sell corn.
No, we're not going to shell that corn. We got to go back to the field we were working in. All right, we are heading back to the field. Combine is, it's warm in there at least, and stuff's dried out a little bit, so we'll go do some more. What are you doing? What are you getting? Can you say hi? Can you tell the camera hi?
Right there.
So you can see there's a lot of, shall we say, bare spots out here. All of that has snow covering it. The stuff next to me, I didn't get planted because it was too wet. When I was down here planting this spring, it was less than ideal planting conditions, and so I had to plant around big chunks of ground like that were just too wet. And it's tough because you want to be able to plant everything and work through it all, but they're still sort of wet, so at least the rest of the corn has been pretty good. Huh? What's in your goldfish?
It's in my mouth.
What's inside of them? Guts in your goldfishies? Who taught you that? Who taught you that? Mama? Why is that mama teaching you those goldfishies have guts inside of them? That's silly. Why are you holding my arm? Huh? Why are you holding my arm? Why you do that? Why? You don't want me to fall? Going pretty well here. See, there's a thin spot. I don't know. We're averaging right around 180, which is pretty good considering how this corn looks. And it's relatively dry. I think it was 23, 24%, so not too bad. I'm gonna get out and check the combine here pretty quick. So we're up to 24 acres on the day. All right, I'm gonna get out and check them sieves again. Good news, they're cleaner than when we started. That means drying them out worked. I'm happy with that. Well, it says it's 37 degrees outside, so I imagine that's why the snow has finally melted off of the corn for the most part, which is why our sieves are staying nice and dry. It does, however, mean that the snow on the ground is melting, which is making it very slick. And our grain cart is nice and muddy on the tracks too, so we're gonna fight some mud for a while this afternoon, I guess. I kind of wonder how Dad's doing with the tillage, but I haven't heard from him yet. Well, things are going fairly well here, other than that my rider is getting a little cranky. So we're gonna take him over to ride with Grandpa. No, he's been asking to go ride the tractor with Grandpa, so I talked to Dad, and he's got about 10 acres left where he's at. Which will be about the perfect amount of time for him to ride with him. So we're gonna fill his truck, take it back to the farm, and then I'll take Rylan over to ride with Grandpa for a little bit. Still rolling along. We're almost up to 50 acres for the day. Pretty good sunset tonight. I don't know how much more we're going to be able to do because I think we're about full of wet corn. We've got about 25 acres left in this field. Probably not going to be able to finish it tonight, but that's okay. We did good for this morning the way it looked, and thinking that we might not be able to do much because of the snow on the stalks. Getting 50 acres done is a pretty good day. Okay, so here's the deal. I think our trucks are full. I think our overhead bin that we're putting wet corn in is full. I don't know when the dryers will be done again to be able to refill them. But the grain cart is empty. It says that we have 15 acres left. However, I know that I didn't plant about 8 acres in this field because it was too wet. You know, spots like this one right here in front of me, where there's just no corn growing. So by doing the math backwards, we will be awfully close to being able to get this field done by putting it all in the grain cart and maybe having a little bit left on the combine, but we'll see. So we're going to keep going here and see if we can't finish it off tonight, and then I don't know, we'll see what tomorrow brings, but we'll have to come down and dry corn for sure. So that's the plan. Well, the cart's full, so I'm not going to get it all on there, and I'm down to kind of the last round with some edge point rows. I think I'll get it all on the combine. Well, I'm not going to make it by a lot, but we are going to make it. What a day. 64 acres here, Average yield 177, which, considering what this looked like and the conditions we were planted in and all those thin spots, that's pretty darn good. We'll take it. I'm sure that tomorrow we're going to have to spend a lot of time drying corn. We will not get near as much done tomorrow just because tomorrow is also a Sunday. So we'll see what the plan is. I'll talk to Phil. He's probably going to stay down here and dry corn for a while tonight yet, at least get another batch done. Dad and Rylan are just kind of hanging out back there in our green shed, so him and I and Ben are all going to head back to home tonight. It's a little after 7 now, so not too terribly late of a night. I am going to call this the end of the video. I wanted to say thank you to you guys. I'm starting to get a few more views, a few more comments, a few more likes on all of these videos. I knew it was going to take some time before I got much traction, and I know it's still not much, but that's okay. So if you like them, please subscribe. If you really like them, share it with your friends. Tell them to check me out. Hit the like button on the videos after you watch them. Go check out some of my older stuff if you haven't seen it. Leave me some feedback. Tell me what you want to see. Ask me questions as you see them in the videos, things you're wondering about, and I'd be happy to answer them. So hope you're enjoying them. You guys have a good night, and I will see you again tomorrow. Drying corn at night. Looks cool. Smells good.